Everything that I do has to have something to do with music. But when I was probably 11, this little town that I grew up in was truly a one-horse town. I mean, it had one main road that went through it, and cars drove entirely too fast down it. So I was walking along the side of the road, and a car was approaching me. I was in absolutely no danger. I mean, I was way up on the sidewalk. And I saw this car approaching, and I said, you know, I could step out in front of that car and I'd be dead. And immediately thereafter, I thought, but then I wouldn't be able to play my flute, and that would be kind of a shame. So by the time I was 11, I think I knew that I was going to do something with it. 4 kids, and we had all played piano, and they tried to make me play viola, which I hated, and then it was a godsend that we moved. We moved when I was 9, and there was no viola teacher in town. So my mom spoke to the band director and said she wanted me to play an instrument that could be played both in a band and an orchestra. And the band director said, well, we got too many clarinets, so why doesn't she play the flute? So then she handed me the flute and said, there you go, Janie, I know nothing about it, and that clinched it. I wanted to be the principal flute of the Philadelphia Orchestra, but failing that, I had no clue. I had no idea then that, that the life that I lead now was a possibility. Shortly after I was actually taken into the orchestra, they made the decision to go all professional. And they did, I thought, a fairly good job of moving out people who were volunteers to, get them to stay involved in the symphony but just not play. And they had several stay on as professionals. I mean, there were some that were of a caliber that could stay on as professionals. Norwalk Symphony is really lucky to play here. If you think of where the other orchestras play, the halls just aren't worthy of where they play. I mean, Greenwich plays in a high school, Ridgefield plays in a high school, New Haven plays in Woolsey Hall, which, for all of its loveliness, the acoustics are just not like this.